This is a new strand that we're trying called Movie Geek News.
Oh, how am I going to know anything about this?
Well, because you don't necessarily need to know about it, but if you can't have an opinion about it, you've got no personality. That's all I can say. The big story of the moment is Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Let's talk about just for a minute. How much do we like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Don't even.
Well,
I couldn't love anything more.
I loved both the films. Really did.
I'm alive. I'm on this planet for it.
You're on this planet for it.
Yeah.
It's almost as important to you as Stranger Things, I'd have thought.
It is.
In filmic terms.
It was the original Stranger Things for Kiki.
It was, wasn't it?
It came before Stranger Things.
And also,
I really loved the second one. I know you guys didn't like the second one.
I liked
we
I
like the second one.
We just didn't think it had that.
Yeah.
I loved it.
But here's the thing, when I was making the documentary about Star Wars, the history of Star Wars, the definition of a space opera, which is what the original Star Wars was, is about these films being camp and appealing to young viewers but having a sort of an adult flair to them. And you get all
Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Guardians of the Galaxy, I actually feel for this generation, although all the other Star Wars films are coming out and they're trying to recreate what happened in the 70s
And
failing. I think that Guardians of the Galaxy is going to achieve for them. They're going to be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt will be their Han Solo, etc., etc. Groot will be your...
Yeah, when you're all grown up, Kiki, you'll be like Daddy is now about Star Wars, about Guardians.
And Groot will be your Chewbacca. Well, Guardians of the Galaxy has been in the news a lot recently because, rather dramatically, the director James Gunn, who's also the writer of the first two and the director of the first two, has been fired by Disney. And it's thrown production and the shooting of it into total chaos.
Oh my God! Imagine being that director. How heartbreaking that
is. He was fired by Disney for allegedly. Well, not allegedly. We know. I've seen them, but I can't repeat them because they're too rude. Inappropriate tweets that he posted in 2009, 2010, joking about paedophilia, child abuse, and things like that. Now, he, in his defence, says he was always been a provocateur, and it's funny when he says that. If you think of the humour in Guardians of the Galaxy, it's quite sort of on the edge. You know, it's not your normal sense of humour. What makes them quite good is he sort of takes it to the next level. And these are tweets, historical tweets, that when Disney looked at them, his defence was, I was being funny, maybe it wasn't funny in retrospect.
Yeah, but this is Disney, for kids.
But it was it was their duty, their due diligence should have picked them up.
Beforehand.
No? Anyway.
Oh God, there you go, a salutary lesson for you all, be careful what you
Well,
post.
Yeah, but
this is interesting. Go on, Maddie.
This is what really annoys me about social media, right?
Yeah.
It's like, we're not allowed to post, so obviously we're all immature, like my age. There's going to be stuff that I may post or say on somebody's post, comment or something that I think is mature now, and I could look back on older and say was immature. When you were younger and you didn't have social media, you've done stupid stuff, but you know, you wouldn't get fired if you had a job or anything because there's no record of that. It really annoys me that just because we have social media and there's proof, then we that can be stripped away from us. His career has been stripped away from him for something that he's admitted was immature from years and years ago.
It's brutal because we all make mistakes when we're growing up and we're able to forget them.
I just don't think it's fair enough for a mistake to completely define the rest of.
Well, the drama has continued rumbling along. All of the cast wrote a letter, an open letter from the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy to Disney, stating, amongst other things, we fully support James Gunn. We were all shocked by his abrupt firing last week and have intentionally waited these 10 days to respond in order to think. It's our hope that what has transpired can serve as an example for us all to realise the enormous responsibility we have with the words we etch into digital stone.
Can I say an extra thing? Also, David Bautista, who plays Drax in it, he's also refused to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 if they don't use James Gunn's script.
Yeah, so he's threatening to walk. So
which one? Who does he play?
He plays Drax.
The big
He's the
muscly.
big, the really funny guy.
Him.
The guy
If
who's
he doesn't do it, they'll get someone and try and make it look like him. And he won't be as
They might get
funny.
in.
Now Disney are in a real quandary, Disney and Marvel, because of course if they have even just one of that very what's becoming like Star Wars, you look at the group and you understand all of them, don't you? That's Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket Raccoon, you know them all. If you have the absence of someone like Drax, it's going to be really noticeable, and the brand could be damaged.
Do you know what I think they should do? I think probably the heads at Disney don't want to do this. They think that it's it's a corporate decision, isn't it? What I would do if I was them, I would put it to the vote and out on all their websites and everything, and let the audience decide whether they are offended and whether it would stop them seeing the movie.
That's a good idea. So we should start a campaign for a public referendum on whether James Gunn should be reinstated. Because at the moment, the jury's out as to whether David Bautista's going to walk or not.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a major story. The other potential solution is a number of people are suggesting, is it Taiki Waititi, the guy who directed Thor Ragnarok, our lovely New Zealander? People are suggesting that if they don't get James Gunn back, it should be him. But Maddie's right. A lot of the cast are saying you've got to stick with the script because James Gunn's script is so good.
Yeah, Taika Waititi is a very good director. You know, Thor Ragnarok I loved, but it's not like it's not got the exact same sense of humour as James Gunn does.
No.
I don't think it works. Like, even if they just use James Gunn's script for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and then decide in the future to not do stuff, just at least do that, because I can't have Drax walking out.
No, exactly. It's potentially disastrous, isn't it? And I think your whole childhood dream and your franchise would just... Okay, next story up. Danny Boyle leaves James Bond number 25.
Oh, yeah, I heard this.
Big story. Danny Boyle is the director of the new James Bond film.
Who you've never rated.
I've never... Now, Danny Boyle did Train Spotting. I'm trying to think if he's directed anything. Slumdog Millionaire.
Do you not like Trainspotting?
I like the original Trainspotting, yeah, I thought it was good, but I don't think he's as great as everyone bangs on about.
Do you think Trainspotting was right time, right place, bit of luck?
Potentially.
More talent.
Potentially. I think it was a great collection of talent. I thought it was a great film. No, I enjoyed it, but I think over the years it's become a bit boring. But anyway, what do we think of James Bond? What did you think of the last James Bond film? I mean,
Spectre.
Oh, it was awful.
Oh, God.
My last James Bond film that I really, really enjoyed was the one when Judi Dench was killed.
Skyfall. That was one I saw. Spectre.
Yeah,
Skyfall was really good.
But do you remember we went to see Spectre? You didn't like Skyfall either, no? They're a bit boring, aren't they, for young viewers? But
I think Skyfall director, whoever that was, should direct the next one.
anyway, your dad. Tell us about your dad. Wasn't he in a number of Bond films?
He was, yeah. Living Daylights.
And The Spy Who Loved Me,
The
wasn't it?
Spy Who Loved Me.
Didn't he get killed by Jaws?
Yeah, he got in Spy Who Loved Me. He got bitten by Jaws in the
neck.
Egyptian. Yeah, in the.
I remember that scene before I knew it was Teddy.
Yeah,
so
did you?
funny. That's
Before
so
you knew
funny.
it,
Yeah, I just saw someone get bit in the neck and all.
But anyway, the story is bigger than that. So he's walked away because of creative differences, which is always such a funny. When you hear that, what do you think? What does that usually mean? Due to creative differences.
You know, there's the most almighty rows have gone on.
some
My God,
massive.
that is a massive thing for a director
Yeah.
to walk. A massive thing.
Especially as 007, the producer's actual Twitter account, published it saying due to creative. It's like get out. It's like get out the door. But apparently
It's an
Danny
odd
Boyle.
choice, really.
Yeah, just leave.
I think it's a
Leave.
bit of an odd choice
Leave.
for a Bond movie.
Get out, baby.
Well, this is the problem, and so now they're sort of spiralling around. But the biggest problem is they might lose Daniel Craig because it's set it back. What do we think of Daniel Craig?
I mean,
I think the problem with
James
Daniel
Bond.
Craig is he's given
Do you
so
want to
many
find him?
interviews saying he doesn't really want to be Bond and it's below him. That he
Right,
has
that's
kind
my
of
reason.
turned the audience off.
I hate him.
Why would
would
you
you
like
say
I
that?
hate him.
Why?
Hate him. Why?
His face is so annoying.
He looks
It was-
like a fish.
I just don't like his arrogance. I think I would have liked Idris Elba or Colin
Elba.
Salmon.
Idris Elba.
Elba or Colin Salmon.
I was having lunch with my friend Jake, and he said the problem with Daniel Craig is this, and he's an actor, our friend. He said, well, of course you can see what's going on behind his eyes. He's on there and he's screaming, I can still do the RSC, don't
I
you
know,
know?
that's
I can
what I'm
still
saying.
do
He
the
looks like he
RSC
wants
in
to be
theatre.
somewhere else.
Yeah, he looks
has
like he doesn't want to
never
be there.
fully committed
No.
to being, and it really makes me cross because I think, well, how many actors
Would
would give their eye
Yeah.
teeth for that?
I agree.
And I think as the audience has bled into us now, so we sit there and go, you don't really want to be. Guess what? We don't really want to spend 15 quid watching you either, mate.
Yeah, especially if you don't really want to be there. It's like
Get off the screen.
It's like someone coming to you. It's like someone coming to your party who doesn't want to be there. It's like someone coming
Bob
and just
off. Go on.
throwing
Bob
a
off and
move.
do something posh.
Yeah, exactly. Also, what do we think of it?
60.
He looks strange. Daniel Craig is morphing. He's changing. It's like it's eating him up from inside, and it's going
why
into
doesn't he
his
just
abs.
quit it? Give somebody
Yeah,
that
just
wants
quit
to
it.
do it.
Because
a
the
chance.
money is so bloody good. Apparently he never even wants to do the PR after he's done the film, being paid millions.
And he's one of the exec producers getting an extra producer fee.
God almighty.
Come on, Dan.
He looks like a tangerine.
He looks like a tangerine. I don't know what you mean.
She's so good at
It's
applying
like a
fruit to
tangerine
face.
and a Tom Ford tux. Well, the third story is just a bit of flippity-gibbet nothinginess, but it's fun. Robert Downey Jr. tweeted yesterday. I follow Robert Downey Jr. Do you?
We all do. We all love Robert.
Do you know what he tweeted? It's
What?
quite exciting. He tweeted saying, practicing my Sherlock face.
Sherlock.
So I thought it was just a
Sherlock.
nice opportunity
I love-
to say what we
always
think
made
of
me feel
them.
like I want to watch that film again. I I love the
something
Sherlock
so
films.
We haven't seen them in ages,
I
have we?
really love them.
I love those.
There's something so rich
Yes,
about them,
please.
isn't there?
Yes, please.
See, I know someone's a true friend of mine when they prefer the films to the Benedict Cumberbatch series.
But
Some people don't.
But apparently they have been trying to do it for years. It's just getting their two schedules to work.
absolutely.
Jude and
So it looks like I think they found a window of time for Robert Downey Jr.
love when
and
actors
Jude
say something
Law.
like
But the vital third cog in the triumvirate of creativity, which is Guy Ritchie, doesn't look like he's going to be able to commit due to other commitments. And in a
what
weird
other
way,
commitments? We never see him doing anything
Well, I
else.
know,
That's
I know, this is
baloney.
the director
Stop
who used to be
everyone
married-
pretending you've got commitments.
maybe since Madonna's been 60, I don't know, maybe some new payment or something's kicked in and he has to work harder. I think that's very exciting. And I think they're nigh on perfect films.
They're so
they are.
good.
They're so
Yeah,
good.
it's
And those fight sequences where he sees them before they happen.
Yeah, which they then did in Tag.
Yeah, so
Final story.
Check out Tag, guys, if you haven't seen that
check out
yet.
Tag.
Check it out, it's really funny.
So our final geeky story is Disney have got a new movie called Jungle Cruise coming out, which I think is probably based on one of the Disney rides, which is, one of those, do you remember the old steamboats, that great big sort of Mississippi steamboat that goes by and they've got music playing on it. It's got Dwayne The Rock Johnson in it.
Yay!
It's got Emily Blunt in it. And it's got, weirdly, Jack Whitehall.
Oh, the comedian.
Right, but bear with me. Disney press released this. Jack Whitehall in Disney's first openly gay character.
Wow.
Massive backlash because Disney has a massive LGBTQ following. And the argument being, why haven't they used someone like Jesse Tyler Ferguson or someone who's a gay actor, but also the character is openly described by
Is
Disney.
Jack Whitehall not gay?
No.
What?
Jack Whitehall has been cast, and Disney, what's caused most offences, they're going for a stereotypical gay character played by a straight man, because the character is hugely effete and very camp.
I just don't agree with this though. I don't think to be an actor you have to be what you're playing.
No.
It's madness.
But I think
No.
if it's your first openly gay character,
I agree.
in something like Disney, it would make sense if it was actually a gay.
It would be a nice thing to do for sure.
I think
It would be
be a nice thing
You'd
to
feel
do.
more. If you knew it, you'd feel like
Yeah.
more with the person. That was like with Love Simon, which I didn't feel as much, but the actor in Love Simon wasn't actually gay.
Oh, right. Yeah, you did.
So
But when it's something like,
Oh, that's interesting. He's so not gay, really.
Yeah.
I think it is hard if you have a really straight
Okay.
actor who
So
can't
what
say.
about-
That's intriguing.
What about one of our favourite gay characters in The
Well,
Family?
the guy who's plays opposite Jesse Tyler. You're absolutely right.
No. If you're good at playing like that, but then I don't feel you can act gay. You can act camp, but you can't.
Of course you can.
But don't you think- but don't
What is acting gay?
If I'm a victim of robbery and battery, do I have to have been robbed and battered?
Yeah, but
no,
people
isn't
see
it?
No,
it's
no, no,
acting.
no, I get that.
No. But when somebody hears acting gay, when you want to act, people instantly go, "Oh, darling," and it's all girly. Or they have they stand
Well, that's
outside,
bad
which he does a lot actually in Modern Family. He does a lot of standing on one
No,
side.
but there are
which is
very
very
camp gay men.
Other people are suggesting Jesse Tyler Ferguson, the ginger-haired guy from Modern Family, would be a good.
Yeah, because he's actually.
But he's
casting
good in
choice.
Modern Family.
Not all actors can't act gay, but I think if you've got a really straight actor that's not even very good at playing a gay person, then get a gay.
Oh,
person.
absolutely. You have to get the best person
Well,
for
go
the
back.
job.
Describe why he wasn't good in Love Simon. It's a good example.
He was
You're
good in Love
saying
Simon.
But what?
No, he wasn't gay at all.
You didn't.
I didn't believe it.
And did
Oh,
you
that's
feel that
maybe you
came out
saying
of his
that, actually.
performance? You felt that came out of his performance.
Yeah, I don't feel he was in love with the boy he was in love with.
This isn't the only case of this, because we've just discussed it on the Showbiz thing, but Ruby Rose, who's been cast as Batwoman for the TV series, she's gay, but she's come under a lot of flack. She's the woman who was in The Meg with the sharp face, she was so bad,
She looked
wasn't
like
she?
a carrot.
She looked like a carrot. She did look like a carrot. She does look like a carrot. Well, she's been cast as Batwoman, Batwoman. But she's come under criticism for not being Jewish and not being lesbian enough.
Oh, that's so ridiculous, saying she's not gay enough.
What was the exact phrase
It's
was, she's the
ridiculous.
kind of lesbian you'd cast for straight people.
I mean, you're going to different levels of madness.
So there we go.
That's
So-
like
That in
that's like,
itself is
that's
prejudice.
like when when Zoe Saldana, who's the Gamora in
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, when she did the film about, was it Nina
Simone, yeah.
and everybody said she's not
She's
black
Wasn't
enough.
black enough.
So Oh no, it's crazy, isn't it? So you don't think it's a problem that Jack Whitehall? I was with you on that to begin with, and then I thought, well, actually, no. If you're making a big statement about it's your first openly gay character, I think you probably should.
I think it would have been a nice thing to do. It would have been a great gesture from Disney, but I don't think it's essential for every. Because you hear this all the time, all over the place. I don't think gay actors always have to be played by gay. Just as much. Hang on, it works the other way because I also think a gay actor can play a straight man.
As our
because
other
then if you're going to say
family.
that, you're going to say, oh my God, he's playing a straight, he's playing the lead, he's playing the love lead, and he's gay.
No, but
And
what
I
I'm
don't
saying
think-
is that if it's like something as big as Disney announcing our first
I get that. I
openly
hear what you're
gay,
saying.
I think it should be actually a gay person.
And one little thing we're always going to have at the end is a little bit of box office news, because I think it's quite nice. I always like a bit of box office news. The film of the week is Crazy Rich Asians. Notable because it's the first film to have only an Asian cast in America for 25 years since the Joy Luck Club. Took $26 million. Sequel's already been ordered. Looks like it's going to be great fun. It's a comedy. But the film another film was released this week that took the lowest ever box office in history. Kevin Spacey's Billionaires Boys Club was released in 10 cinemas and made $618.
No!
An average of $10 or under that.
Kevin Spacey!
Kevin Spacey's, They forced it out into 10 screens. You know he's been done for, he's the actor from Baby Driver who was accused of attacking and molesting people. It cost $15 million to make, it's made $618. My heart went out to Taron Egerton and other actors who were in the film.
That made it.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your box office highs
Got some
and your
highs
box
and lows
office
there.
lows.
Can I say one more?
Say one more thing.
It's been confirmed
Oh.
that End of the Effing World Series 2 is
End of
coming
the
out.
Effing World
Yay!
Series 2!
We love
Weird.
that.
Yeah, that
We
news
love
has
that.
just broken.
So
Fantastic.
please remember to subscribe to the channel and
Yes.
hit the notification bell so that you know when we are next about.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.